Okay, we left off over here. Today's Lamed Tes. We left off over here on Lamed Ches Beis. Yeah. The Omer of Yeshua ben Levi. It's, you see where the lines get wider?
Got it.
It's about 6-7 lines up above that. Yeah. Omer of, yeah, it's like towards down here. Yeah. You probably turned the page. That would be the next page. Yeah, you have multiple Reb Shua ben Levi's, multiple. Yeah, probably over there. Yeah. Reb Shua ben Levi. Reb Shua ben Levi. Kol hanenem yitzari ayin. A person who benefits from a person who has a bad eye, who has like a stingy, limited eye. Ovid belav, violation of a negative commandment. Shenemar, it's based on a posuk. This posuk is a posuk in Mishlei. Al tilcham es lechem ra'ayin. You should not consume the bread of a person who has a bad eye. Al tisov l'mosov. Should have not having desire for what he has put away. Ki kamosh sha'ar nafsho keinu echol say yomaloch libo balimoch. Even if he offers you to eat, but in terms his heart is not there. When you eat of his, he's like pained that you're eating of his. Okay? Keinu, okay. Rav Nachman Yitzchok Amar over b'shnei lavim. You're in violation of two negative commands. Al tilcham, because it says al tilcham val tisu. Al means don't. Don't eat and don't desire. Al tisov, al tisov. Amr Shua ben Levi in egla rufa bo elo b'shul tzarayim. You hear this? When do you bring the egla rufa? That's you break the neck of the calf. If you find a corpse out of a community that he was murdered, the reason why that came about is because of tzarayim. Because people were not generous to give him his needs, his provisions, and that's why he was victimized. Because if the man would have been sufficiently secure, given food and this and valued, he wouldn't have been victimized by somebody else. Shenemar, what happens after they go through the ritual? It says the men of the Sanhedrin, they make a public declaration. What do you say? V'onu v'omru, yodeinu lo shofchu es adom hazeh. Our hands did not shed this blood. So the Gemara asks, we're talking about the men of the Sanhedrin. They're speaking in the name of the community. We did not shed, we're not responsible for shedding this blood. Also, it was even a consideration that the leaders, the members of the high court, they're murderers. It's not that he came to us, we just let him go. We saw and we let him go. We did not come to us and we let him go without giving him provisions. We didn't let him go, we escorted him. What happens if you escort a person? People see that people in the community value him, so people are not going to start up with him. But if they see he's all alone, he's abandoned, they say, look, to victimize him, there's not going to be any repercussion. So as a result of being withholding, that's the cause of why he was victimized. Now, interesting. Somebody just mentioned it. Let's say you have a shul. Just Kohanim, we spoke of Birchas Kohanim, we said before. It has to be in Hebrew, they have to stand, they have to face one another, all this, right? When the Kohanim say the bracha, if you're going to be a beneficiary, you have to face the Kohanim, otherwise you're not. So let's say you have a shul, only Kohanim. That means everybody gets up, they say the brachas, or are they blessing? We'll see, what do you do? You have such a thing. Basically, Kohanim, kulam olam l'duchan. Yet they all go up to duchan. So we're asked, Lamim Mavarchim, we're blessing, there's nobody there but them. They say, Yivorach Hashem Yishmerecha. Who are they speaking to? Omer Rav Zeir Lachem Shebesodos. It's the Jews who can't make it to shul. Yivorach Hashem means those who are out there. It's Marzini. How could you say, Votoni Abba Brei Rav Minyamin Bar Chio? Abba Brei Rav Minyamin said name Rechia. Am Shachori Kohanim Enim B'chlal Brocha. We said earlier that what happens if the Kohanim they say a brocha and people their backs face the Kohanim? We said earlier they're not recipients of the brocha. So the people in the field, are they facing the Kohanim? So if they're not facing the Kohanim, why are they beneficiaries of the bracha? Yeah? Lokasha, Hodan, Yisod Lo Nasi. The people out in the field, they have no choice. Unfortunately, they can't come to a minyan. So Rashi and Tosas explain. When if I want to give you a blessing, do you turn your back on me? If you turn your back on me, what does that say? You don't value what I'm saying. That's why you're not a beneficiary. But the people in the field, why are they not facing me? Because they turned their backs on me? Because unfortunately they're stranded in the field. Therefore, even though their backs may be turned towards the Kohanim, they're beneficiaries of the bracha. Okay, that's the difference. Rav Simi Bibirto Dishchori Bisa Knesses Reb Simi Bibirti says it means like the citadel of a community called Shchori, the shul, Shekul Kohanim, Miktsas and Ol, Miktsas and Einam Olim. He says, no, if you have a shul, all Kohanim, some of them go up, some don't go up. So it's a contradiction. We just said, if you have all, they all go up. And here he says, no, some stay behind. Lokasha, Hod Ishtari Be'asora, Hod Lo Ishtari Be'asora. Yeah, there's differences like this. What happens if, let's say you have 14 Kohanim. That's the whole shul. 4 go up, and the rest stay behind. Why? Because there you have a tzibur. What about if you have 10 Kohanim? So if any go up, you don't have the minyan any longer. You don't have a minyan, so there's no point in them staying behind. If you have a tzibur, well, you could have a tzibur remaining, they should stay in the audience. But if you don't, then they all go up. Gufa, Tono Abba Breder of Binyamin Barchio. Abba, the son of Binyamin Barchio, said, Am Shachore Kohanim. Thank you. The people whose backs face the Kohanim, Eino B'chal Bracha. We said this earlier, right? If the tzibur face, their backs face the Kohanim, they're not beneficiaries of Bracha. Pshita, that's understood. Now, that was an interesting question. When you have to stand to be a recipient of Bracha, what about there's something blocking you from the Kohanim? So let's say you have a tall person and a short person.
And the tall person's in front.
And so is the short person, is he a beneficiary of the Bracha? So it says no, the other way. Pshita, arichi ba'api gutzi. You have a tall person in the presence blocking a short person.
Right.
Lo mifski. It's not called an interruption. Even the short guy behind the tall man, it's considered he's in the presence of the Kohanim. Table lo mifska. What about if you have a bima? Let's say we're standing behind the bima and the Kohanim in front. Is that called a separate? No, it's not. Mechitza mai. You hear this? What about let's say you're in the ladies section, and you're facing the Kohanim, but there's a wall separating you from the Kohanim. Are you a beneficiary? Mai. No, this is more of a question. Because they say you're really out of the room.
Right.
There's a partition separating you. You can't even visually see the Kohanim. You don't even visually see them. Right? Toshma. The Omer B'Shu ben Levi afilu mechitza shel barzelein mafsekes bein Yisrael lavim sheb'shon. You there? Even if you have an iron wall, it doesn't separate you. You're a beneficiary. Iboilu tztodemal. Now the Gemara says in Shiloh. What about you're standing off to the side of the Kohanim? Meaning, you're not directly. You could be sitting many rows back. What about if you're off to the side? No, you're in front,
right,
but you're off to the side. Is that called face-to-face or is that called face-to-face? So Mara says, brings a proof. Omer Abba Baravashi Toshmat Nan. Now, what's that locha? If something's contaminated with the dead, you have to sprinkle the paradum on it, right? So let's say you have, listen to the story. I have a vessel that was contaminated with the dead in front of me, and I have a vessel behind me.
right.
And I dip the hyssop in the water with the ash, and I go like that. So, and it lands on the kli. That kli is relief from the contamination of the dead. Let's say I go like this. I dip it in, I go like this, and then I go like that. And when I put it behind my back, some of the water sprinkles on the vessel behind me. And no, the vessel behind me, my intention was what? Not that vessel. Right. But factually, the water of the paradum went on that. Is that purified? The answer is no. Why? Because anything behind you is not within your intent.
Good.
What about you go like this and you had a vessel off to the side?
Better.
Not better. The halach is it's purified.
Yeah.
You had in mind this vessel and went to that vessel on the side. Anything that's within your purview, that's all covered. So the side is like in front. So the Gemara brings proof from this. Just as over there, this side is like the front. Standing in front of the Kohanim, you don't have to necessarily stand in front of them. Even off the side is like you're in front of them. Okay, let's see it inside. Omer Abba Nan Niskavi Lazus Lefonov. His intent was to sprinkle in front of him. V'hiz la'achorov, and went behind him. La'achorov hiz lefonov has also psula. It's not valid. It's not a valid sprinkling. Okay. What about lefonov hiz al tzdodim shebefonov? He had a mind to sprinkle directly in front of him and went off to the side, and it landed on a vessel. Has also kshera. It's a valid sprinkling. Okay. So therefore, just as over there we see the side is the equivalent of the front. Here also, you don't have to literally stand in front of the Kohanim. Even off to the side is the equivalent. People, you ever go see in some shuls, people during Birchas Kohanim, they go and run up and they stand right in front of the Kohanim.
Right.
Has no value. Standing to the side, standing 6 rows back, it's all the same. So it's all, in their minds what it is. Doesn't have any greater value. The people are the same beneficiaries, no less. Omer Rav Barafuna, Kevon Sheniftach Sefer Torah Osel Esapir. You hear this? Afil Varalocha. The moment they open Sefer Torah, start laning. Even before they start laning, you're not permitted to speak.
Okay.
What does Kriyas HaTorah mean? Doesn't mean Kriyas HaTorah. Whatever mean Gavra LeGavra. They call it the Kohen, now they're going to call it the Levi. People start talking between. But you already started the reading.
Right.
So it's not only while you're reading. Once you open the Sefer Torah, start reading, it's a disrespect. You're not permitted to speak till they finish reading. Finish the total reading. Okay? So it says, Kevon Sheniftach Sefer Torah. The moment Sefer is opened, also l'saper, you're not permitted to speak. I feel with Varalocha. Even to speak in Torah, you're not permitted. Shenemar, what is it based on? It says Ubeposchu, yeah. It says Vayiftach Ezra HaSefer Le'eni Kolom Kibial, right? Ukepischo Omdu Kolom. It says as he opened it, as Ezra opened the Sefer Torah, it says Omdu Kolom. What does that mean? What is Omdu? Doesn't mean they stood. In Amida Elashtika. It means Omdu means they stood. Like stood still.
Mm-hmm.
They were still, meaning silent. Shnemar. What do we see the word Amida means? Shtika means silence. It says in the pasuk, "V'chalti kilo yedaberu ki omdu lo onu." Right? When I started, they did not speak, and when they were silent and they didn't respond. So you see, the word omdu means silent. This pasuk is a pasuk in Eov. Reb Zera lo onu. Reb Zera Rav Chisda nihochav v'oznei kolom el Sefer HaTorah. What do you see? You have to be attentive, because it says v'oznei kolom. The ears have to be attentive to the Sefer Torah. Means not to be involved anywhere else. Before duchning, Kohen has to have his hands ritualized.
Right.
Let's see, he didn't. Can't go up. How do we know? Shenema, it's based on a pasuk in Tehillim. Su yedechem kodesh. When are you permitted to raise your hands for kodesh, for holiness? Right? Su yedechem kodesh, and then vorchos Hashem. If your hands have been sanctified for kedusha, then uborchos Hashem. Shalo Talmida of his Rabbi Lozer ben Shamua. Rabbi Lozer ben Shamua was a Kohen. So his students asked him, evidently he lived a very long life. He says, why did you merit longevity? Yeah? Not because he worked out every morning, took his vitamins. That's not the reason. Okay? Shalu Talmida of his Rabbi Lozer ben Shamua b'meh harachta yomim. Omeleh miyom Elohi osisi be'es hakneses kapandrayo. He never used the shul as a shortcut. You hear this? Because the halach is, it's a disrespect. What do you want to go? You go to more circles. Person goes through one door because it's shorter to go straight through the shul, then go around. I never in my life used the shul as a shortcut. Meaning when people were sitting, I never walked over people. It's a disrespect. And I never said he was a Kohen. He never said Birchos Kohanim. He never duchened without first saying the bracha. What is the bracha the Kohen says before duchning? Reb Zera Reb Chisda Asher Kiddushanu B'Kedushaso Shel Aaron V'tzivonu Levorich Es Amo Yisrael Ba'avo. Right? That's the bracha today. That's the bracha we say. Ki Oka Kare Mai. What about when he goes towards it? We said earlier, you're only qualified to duch. We say if when they start Ritzeh, you're go on your way. Okay? Ki Oka Kare Mai Omar. Yiratzon Fanecha Hashem Elokeinu Shtei Brochozu Shetzivisonu Levorech. It should be the will of Hashem that the bracha that you commanded us to bless. Lo Yeh Bo Michshol. It should not be anything which is lacking, va'avon, or sin. It should be a proper bracha. So he says that tefillah, the bracha that he gives Klal Yisrael, should be a proper bracha. What about afterwards? He turns back. He finishes dochning. What happens after he finishes dochning? He turns back towards the Aron Kodesh, right? What does he do then? Adbere Rav Chisda Rav Ukva Doresh Ribonu Shel Olam. The Quran say Ribonu Shel Olam Asinu Masha Gazarto Aleinu. We've done what you decreed upon us. Ase Imanu, do with us. Turn the page. Ase Imanu Mashi Tachtonu. Now you do for us what you promised us. What is that? Hashkivim mon kochchem in Hashemayim. You should gaze from your holy abode from heaven and uvarech Hasamchu Yisrael, bless us. Now, a Kohen, when he dochens, his hands are extended and his fingers are extended, correct? When is he permitted to? The moment he turns around, does he just put his hands down, then turns around, or he has to turn around with his hands like this, and then he puts his hands down? So they're not permitted to fold their hands until they turn around. After they turn around, so they turn around with their hands fully extended, with their hands extended, fingers extended. When they turn around, that's when they close their fists and they can put their hands down. Right? The Chazan says Yivarechacha. Let's say the Kohen just finished saying Levorach Sama Yisrael Ba'ava. Everybody's answering Amen. When they're still answering Amen, the Chazan says Yivarecha. He's not permitted. He has to wait till everybody finishes Amen. It's quiet. Then he says Yivarecha. Okay. The Chazan says Yivarecha. Let's say they respond Yivarecha while he's still saying Yivarecha. Why does the Chazan say Yivarecha? Why does he say it? He says it because to the Kohanim, they shouldn't get confused. Right. That's the value. So he says Yivarecha, so they have to respond. But what happens if they start responding before he finishes saying the word Yivarecha? It's a problem. Why? Because we have a principle of Shnei Kol Dil Mishnami. Two voices cannot be heard simultaneously. Because the people have to hear what the Kohanim are saying. So, but if the Chazan is still saying Yivarecha, and they're overlapping, they're not hearing it. So the Kohanim should not start saying Yivarecha until the word is fully expressed by the Shlich Tzibur. Let's say Yivrak Hashem v'yishmerecha. Let's say the Kohanim is saying v'yishmerecha before they say Cho, people are answering Amen. You have to wait till they finish the bracha. When the word v'yivrecha v'yishmerecha is completed, then you say Amen. Every one of the Birchas Kohanim, let's say Yivrak Hashem v'yishmerecha, right? What do we answer? We answer Amen. And then you say Yoyer, right? So if you say Yoyer, let's say they say Yoyer before we finish saying Amen. It's a problem because we have to hear Yoyer, but if we're saying Yoyer, and we're still saying Amen, we can't hear Yoyer, right? When did they turn around? When the Shlich starts saying Sim Shalom, that's when they turn around. They can't turn around the moment they say Yosef L'cho Shalom, they don't turn around. But they have to wait. When he starts Sim Shalom, that's when they turn around. When could they walk off the bima? Right? They're up there. When could they start walking down? When he says Shalom, that's when before they step, he finishes that, they're not permitted to leave that location. The Mishnah Berurah says that they really should stay up there till after Kaddish.
Right.
Why? It has nothing to do with Birchas Kohanim. Because the Gemara says they kill it. Because what happens? When they finish Birchas, what do people say? Yashikoach.
Oh, yeah, so they interrupt.
So the Shlich Tzibur says Kaddish immediately.
Yeah.
So the people are going to start speaking during Kaddish.
Right.
So they should stay up there till after Kaddish, and then they walk down. So since after Kaddish, nobody's interrupting the Kaddish. Okay? Okay, now, you have a Balkorei, right? At one time, a person would receive an Aliyah, he would say the Baruch read his own Aliyah. Right. So they should not, right? The Tzibur should not answer Amen, the one who's the reader, until he finishes the bracha, they shouldn't say, you have to wait till he finishes, then you say Amen. Now you can have Kriyas Torah. Everybody has an obligation to listen. What happens if he starts reading the Torah when they're still answering Amen? So they're going to miss the first word, or part of the first word. So he can't start reading until the Amen is completed. Now, in those days, they had a matargim. They would translate it into Aramaic or into whatever language they spoke. They would read a pasuk, and the translator would translate for the people. When does he start translating? So they have an obligation to hear Kriyas Torah. So that means they have to hear the full pasuk. Let's say he starts translating the pasuk before the Balkorei finishes reading the first pasuk. Again, it's a problem. Because due to that overlap, they're not going to hear the end of the pasuk. And the targum pasuk until the pasuk is completely said by the Balkorei, he doesn't start translating. What's the value of the translation? So people should understand what's being, right? Let's say the translator is still translating, the Valkyrie wants to start the next pasuk. He's not permitted. Because if he starts the next pasuk and he's still translating, they're not going to hear it, they're not going to hear the beginning. It's all the same principle, every one of these things. Now, what the maftir is always what? That's the et aliyah.
Right. Yes.
If it's the you only have an obligation of 7 aliyahs.
Right.
So what do we have an eighth aliyah? So the one who reads, who has the maftir, the navi, we also have what? He gets an aliyah. Why do we give an aliyah? Because if you don't give an aliyah, that means you're putting the navi on the same level as the Torah. You got it? Let's say b'di'evet, you only read 7 aliyahs.
And then you give him.
And you put away the Torah. You don't take the Torah and read another aliyah. Mistakenly, they put away close Torah after 6 aliyahs. You have to take it out and read the 7th aliyah. Because Shabbos, you have to have 7 aliyahs. If you read 7, you don't read 8, because the eighth aliyah is a repetition, a part of the last aliyah.
Right.
But why do you read it? Because it would be a disrespect to call up a person for just the Navi. That means you're putting the Navi on the same level as the Torah, but the Navi is a lesser level than the Torah. So, but since we read the Navi, so to be able to read the Navi, we first give him an aliyah, and we read part of the Torah, and then we read the Navi afterwards. Okay? That's what we're talking about here. Before you read the Navi, he has to first get an aliyah. He has to read the Torah first. There's also, when do you start reading the maftir? After Hagla. No, you don't put it in the Aron, but after it's fully rolled.
Right.
That's right. Because it's a disrespect. You finish, put away, you finish, close up the Sefer Torah, then you read. Now, in those days, the custom was, they have a bima. They put the Sefer Torah on the bima. The bima was made, let's say, of wood, of stone. But before they would read, they would take all kinds of tapestries, and they put it around the side. Before they put the Sefer Torah, this was out of respect. They would ornament the bima. Now they put the Sefer Torah. My daughter. Hello? What's doing them? No. Not at all. Okay, I'm middle of learning now, okay? I'm giving a shear. I'll see you later, Bubby. Take care. Okay. See here. So, you say, well, if we only ornamented the bima for Kavod Torah, so now we finished the Torah, we can take off all the tapestries. No. You should leave it there till after davening. When the tzibur leaves, that's when you take off the tapestries. It's not respectful. It means that, you people are worthless. Right? Right? So you leave it there out of respect for the tzibur, you leave it there. Okay? Read it inside. Means to strip, to remove. It's Kavod tzibur. It's not respectful. It's like, I'll give you an example. You have a special guest, serve a banquet, and everybody can partake. The moment the guest leaves, right away they start taking. What about us? We're here. It's true, you made the bank for him, but what about us? I mean, we're worthless. It's the same idea. Lahavdil. It's also very important. Person, the Kriyas Torah finishes, and a guy wants to go to the Kiddush club. And they didn't put the Sefer Torah back in the Aron Kodesh yet. It's a disrespect. If the Sefer Torah is in the Kiddush club, put in the Aron Kodesh, you can walk out. But before that, it's a disrespect. So it says, Achi v'yanich b'mekomo, u'shmuel omar achi yetzei. No, wait, no. Achi yetzei, meaning like this. Until the Sefer Torah, in those days, they would take it through the entrance and put it like in a room. The Aron Kodesh wasn't necessarily in the room. Let's see. Until the Sefer goes, you can't be the first one to. You can't walk out of that exit before the Sefer Torah is taken through that exit, right? What do you mean? The Sefer was you're going before. You're leaving before the Sefer is taken out. What about if you have 2 exits? 2 exits, and you're going to go out an exit which the Sefer is not going to go out. Then you can walk out before, because it's not a disrespect for you to go out before and the Sefer is going throughout that same exit. That's a disrespect. Right. But if you have 2 exits and you're going to go through one, the Sefer is going another, it doesn't show that disrespect. That's what he says. If there's another Pesach, there's another exit, then it's okay. But if there's no other exit, you should go out first That's already a disrespect. Rava Barahino Asberli. Rava says Barahino was an Amor. He says he explained this pasuk to me. Achri Hashem elkechem teilechu. After Hashem you should go. Bizman shekorim mevorchem esom mahin omrim. Yeah, when the Kohanim they give the bracha to the people. What do the people say? Omer Rav Zeir, Omer Rav Chizda, Baruch Hashem Alochav, Gibori Koach, Baruch Hashem Kol Tzvov, Meshar Sevi Osei Ritzon, Baruch Hashem Kol Masa, V'chol Mekomus Meshalto, Baruch Nafshi Hashem, Musvei de Shabbat, Ma'omrim, Omer, see, in the olden days, even by Sfardim, they duchen Shabbos by every tefillah, not by Mincha. They duchen Shachris, they daven Musaf. They have duchening every right in Israel. Shachris Musaf, they duchen, that's a Rosh Chodesh, middle of the week. They duchen twice.
Right.
Howard knows. Right? Because he spent whatever is up in some yeshiva. Okay. So was I. Because I'm in America, we get the same bracha you got there in Israel.
Really?
Sure, of course. Exact same bracha.
Okay.
So don't pride yourself. I'm Shabbasados in America. We're like the people stranded, and we're in the field, but we're beneficiaries just like the ones there are the beneficiaries. Same, identical. Okay? So every time they beduchen in Shachris, the Tzibur says certain psukim during the Birchas Kohanim. Musaf, they say other psukim. That's what it says. But Musaf the Shabbat Meyomer. What do they say during the duchening of the Musaf? Omer Vasi Shira Malos Hini Baruch Hashem Ko Avdi Hashem Other Suyi Dechem Kodesh Baruch Hashem Baruch Hashem Yitzion Shachim Shleim Haluka Leimen Baruch Hashem Yitzion Dechsiv Bahu Inyono Omer Yehuda Berever Mitoch Shehischem Berchoser Shal Kodesh B'Sai Berot Shal Kodesh Baruch Hu B'Minchas the Tan Yisama Amri. What about, right? We don't duchen but mincha, right? What about if it's a tainus? It's a fast day. You do, because the whole idea is because people eat. We're concerned about intoxication, right? So Musaf is the morning. Mincha ready. You've eaten your afternoon meal. Mm-hmm. So we're concerned people drink. What about mincha? Mincha on a tainus. Everybody's fasting. It's later. Therefore they duchen. That's why in Chazar Zashatz we say Elokeinu v'Kel say Rochenu B'Bracha. In mincha during Chazar Zashatz. No in mincha. Chazar Zashatz we review it. We don't say Baruch Hashem Yishmerecha. But on tainus mincha we do say it. Why? Because you have duchening. You have duchening. So that's what we say. So if it would be a tainus of a mincha, what psukim does the tzibur say? My Amri, Ravacha Bari, Im Avonenu, Onu Voru Hashem, Aseinu Machmecho, Mikvi Yisrael, Moshio, Beisoro, Lomatia Ki Ger Oretz, Lomatia Ki Ish Nidam, Gibor, Loyocho, Loshia. That says, Ben Iloch, on Yom Kippur, Duchen, the fourth, Shachris, Musav, Mincha, Neilo. Right? So they duchen 4 times. In Israel, or Svardim duchen 4 times on Yom Kippur. My Amri, Omer Azutra, Amir Mastiso, Hine Kikain. Okay, stop here.